I think this is our squatter.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the
deserter
of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp.
Are you the fire guy?
What now? I can't hear you.
Tell two kids to put out their fire?
All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
Give up the position.
Sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a group.
Well, thanks for the water so I can put out that fire you just started. Okay, so I think he's... Is he from the... Is this a situation where there's a person who's been hiding out thinking the war is still going on or something?
My eyesight. Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. His left side remains motionless.
Did you close the blast door?
And you opened it. I should have burned that console down.
How'd you know it was coming?
Rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
It's not rock and roll, it was sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists.
You don't look very happy.
Rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating, mental illness music. It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is it a Belle McGrave?
It's a 3 Angong 446.
I want to see the person who decides that milking drink. No! I'm not milked for the drink. It's scientifically formulated. I'm just the brand logo. No!
A Samurai rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Signal commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
Yes, I bet you've killed a lot of people with it. You fascist fuck. Have you come to make me one of them?
His right eye twitches. With what? Fear? Rage?
We have come to ask you questions. Nothing more. If you do not comply, we will take you in. Do you understand?
The danger levels here are hard to read. One moment he's a fire, the next a fire gone out.
Yin Xiao Command?
It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
And with the police. Keep the gun, but put it down.
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway.
Imagine using a gun as a walking stick. It.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
What have you been using the gun for?
His leg twitches. You went in too fast. Over-eager. He sounds like he hasn't gotten to speak to another human being in a long time. Especially about politics. That's what you should do first.
Yeah, sure, why not?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division, of the Fourth Army of the Commune of Revachol.
Yeah, I think he is a remnant from the revolution.
I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The Commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the Commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself.
Criticism
and
of himself?
Partisan duties.
What?
51 minus 8 equals 43.
On this island for 43 years.
I've been on other islands too. I was an Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was...
And hiding for 43 years?
and 10 months. It's
You know what that is.
inhuman. It's sick. It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just
What have you been
Forget
doing
what?
during all this
hiding, fishing, waiting, always waiting for her to return.
For her to return.
Girl child revolution.
Girl child
Always
revolution.
A waste. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try.
So what is he
Whatever I
doing? Said
I
you
was
deserted
just
your
16
unit?
years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. You could
Lapse of
say
faith.
I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took for reaction
what?
to take hold.
What's reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
What happened exactly?
08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airship. It's not enough. The total combined power of international capital, all their fear and terror, tore into Revachol. Streets rose from the ground. Houses turned to ghosts.
This is your
The
termless
RCM,
surrender?
the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
We're not coalition appointed, we just try to help
The
people.
RCM, you represent the moralist
I mean, yeah,
international,
fair enough.
The enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste d'Insolent. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
You never signed the instrument of
Liberal
surrender.
reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
he just wipes the blood from his chin.
I don't think you did. You live in a
Damn.
No,
You're a communist
I am
soldier.
not a soldier. I'm an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
You were trained in the sign of the Defense Corps.
In historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These
Wait,
things.
what does a political commissar do?
Does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the Commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
A non-military. So
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of ideology, he nods slowly. Then another tremor.
No, you're not. You're a liberas.
A liberas?
And a pederast. It's what most liberals
I'm not a
are.
liberal, I'm a communist.
We have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stopped and patched in places with tape and wire. Still warm from his parched hands. Not the metal, the rifle's in a shabby state. Like a crutch that's seen too much travel. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangle, 4.46mm.
The right type and the right calibre.
He's liking this. The old man keeps following your motion. Some kind of involuntary response. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
what have you used this gun
What have
for?
I used it for? I've used it for killing people.
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war.
Class war is
Class
never.
war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Oh, this is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of... This is what you live for. This is the great serotonin jackpot. The solution. Going straight. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first.
You kill a... Yeah, did you use the gun to shoot and kill a colonel? The security contractor, Colonel.
Now,
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it. You're in.
The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on March 4th.
yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the Commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Tear into him. Pile it on him. The gun. The murder weapon is the perfect opener. The scent of blood in the air. But something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
You're a communist. Is that why we've been getting the communism killed him? Is it not because I'm a communist, but like they were just being cheeky, the writers are being cheeky fucks?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausy. There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. They're revolutionary symbols from the war. Nowhere else, nowhere in all of Martinez have Have you seen them this spring? Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Classia's bedroom. Now, you got it. Remember? The boot prints were like no modern nothing else comes up. I'm sorry, this didn't do anything.
Officer, a word?
What's up, Kim?
I think we may have this. From nothing to this in a day. This is good. We just need a confession first, and then maybe use ballistics. Let him cook here for a minute or two. We can have another look around the island for a sniper's nest. I think we should check out the post. Remember, he wants to tell us, but he doesn't want to help us. It needs to look like we already have everything.
There is palpable excitement in his tone. He thinks the deserter has more than just this case in him. 44 years here.
You think he has more than this case?
And he hasn't spoken to anybody.
Okay, so I need to find, what, the sniper's nest before I can progress? Come on. Come on. Alright, you're... Oh, you have me at the conclusion. Why are you fucking deciding to edge me now? How the f do I get up there? Game? Game, please. Game, please. Game, please. Game, please. Okay, I need to go back inside, I think, and then go back out. We go out here. And go out this door. Yeah, sure, whatever. Da da da. Go around. We go up to the little post place. You can post up in. Hey, this is not what I'm. Okay. Go up here.
There's a rain so
B triple prime.
there's a firing slit, quite old and
All right, we look through the
A small
hole.
piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you.
On the left,
Towering skyscraper. It's
on the
a
right,
chimney,
in between the two.
shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof,
There it is.
Do you have a line of sight to...
more than that.
I can see it. Through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mat.
Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger. On a calm day like this.
I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Affirmative.
Why didn't we come here before?
We don't go everywhere in a 1,000-meter radius of the crime scene. That's not procedure. Don't beat yourself up, officer.
The lieutenant pauses.
We will make up for it.
Okay, so now that we have that, we need to interact with the rifle too. No. Cool. Okay, now we go back, and we talk to him. We have all the evidence, we have all the information. Yada da 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 da. This is every time I press on with a game thinking I'm so close to the end, it ends up never being correct, and I end up accidentally going too long. So sorry if I'm a little haggard at this point. But we're so far that there's no point.
What do you want?
Talk about killing him.
Again, pile it on him.
I saw
We've
you
done the
poking
ballistics.
around there.
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You have been here a long time, Mr. Droz.
I'm ready to die.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain. Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly.
So many this year too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away. Class, yeah.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
My ears don't reach with the victim.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary.
Was he the one that
He's
was
about to
spying on them?
Everything is brands with you individual.
Show me the soul.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is called Sansariq. These are not the unusual horizontal patterns.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Wait, maybe it's simpler than that?
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
Racking those brains, are you?
The lieutenant, the prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around. You've almost got him. Just the last little push.
Not a lot of guns around that.
It's a real gun. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real?
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen.
You didn't
Saved a
handle
lot.
anything. I watched it happen. You let those murderers rip right into them. Got most of them killed.
Oh, come
Even
on.
the
Why do you gotta bring up
fat one.
Angus dying? I feel like shit that
None
happened.
of those people mean anything to you. The vultures feed on this city, and you prepare the meal for them.
You're getting diverted.
So you watch the fight?
You don't know anything.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? 4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is it. Good. This feels good, doesn't it?
Murder. You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop eating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot
Oh,
him.
the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you, while the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death. And that stupid look on his face. Nothing.
Looks like the game's
I
like,
went to sleep.
yeah.
Next morning, there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they...
Alas, Sergal, it seems it's your turn in the void.
Are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman.
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't
You
understand.
take the
this part.
literal as the metaphor? Merp, 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 merp. Merp, 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 merp.
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
helps him see all the
And if you don't like it,
click.
then you pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
We get anything else you haven't liked?
Tragic comedy.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put, put, put. Detest pushes the cobwebs out of his eyes. Pushes
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez, because of the racists, everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing
I
to
mean,
do in the
yeah,
whole
we
world.
kind of had to
Listening
run
to
into so much of that.
radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries, pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square. To spit on the working class. Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in
What was that?
ruins. Intense, like animals. Like those boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't
Hardcore!
drown in that tent of theirs.
You don't understand! The future is a Nordic dance music, deserter! You gotta feel the beat! Hardcore to the max!
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cop parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Quayamoran, or some other eye. That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all... We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. There was something
Not the
about
disco.
statue and nihilistic advertising agency people, and the Sucrian on her yacht. Boom boom morons on thin ice, going under. Those are the tent kids.
I'm glad we talked about this now.
It's all gone.
You're not
Damn.
liking the murder.
Fucking. I didn't like that.
You're jealous.
Jealousy. is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself, drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her.
The caliber of bullet he used does not do that kind of damage.
How long have you
Since
been
she
watching
came
her?
to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have a skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving,
Past the Fell building on the coast. What was she doing there?
hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
Do you think she
A
hid?
passport and tickets to Villiers. And from there to Cachet Bleu.
It's the hidden booty she told us about. You looked into
After
it.
she was gone.
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible, it was empty.
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I put them back. If I wanted...
This implies that he's also a little inconsistency here. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before. Would he not have seen it on the documents?
I did.
Now we've already established she didn't give us her real name.
Archipelago, with those birthmarks. And a body, hard and lean, bruised all over. Black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beat. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachal's the cloaca of capital now. All the back.
You could tell she was a spook?
She had different color hair on the photo. And glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard of...
The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
It quickly comes to you.
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife.
Good for listening.
So he was on the island.
For
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
We already
I've been
established he was the
all of
person.
Martinez. Yes, that, too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me.
those two took the cake. You hear the familiar scribble.
How did you get in there?
I can just walk in the hostel now after a good wash. They all think I'm an antisocial, a vagrant. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty then.
You had to open a steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one.
So many.
hanging
Okay,
down
so
in the
multiple
box
spare
with her.
keys.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at
Where is she? That Clasier. I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away.
Good for
I don't know where
her.
she is.
That girl kept staring into the scope, you know. At night, crying or smoking on the roof. Like she knew I was here. It doesn't matter.
He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette. The old man has fallen silent, staring at your feet. The burnt logs in the fire are moist from the sea air.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The sum of all the erratic movements, fidgeting, and mood swings he's been exhibiting.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
But... No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
No reason not to.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it, something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat. What?
What
You
are
hear
you
that, Kim?
talking about? Is this really us?
Your skin crawls.
What the fuck?
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like
That's a fucking huge stick bug! What the fuck? I thought the Elysium Phasmid would be itty bitty! Why is it so fucking big? What the? Why is it here? Why is it showing up now? We've taken so many twists at the 11th, 28th hour here. I'm losing my goddamn mind. I'm hungry. I'm caffeinated. I'm decaffeinated. What the fuck?
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, hovering in place.
What are you talking about?
The giant stick insect!
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head.
No, this thing looks majestic. I love it.
You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
There it is.
Tell me
I
what
see
you
it.
see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Kim, can you see it?
4 simple words.
See with your special
If
eyes.
you can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
Fuck the murder. I want to look at the Elysium Phasmid.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from his head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you.
Hello, giant stick
Reed-like
bug.
tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a
I give you-
recording machine spinning after the tape breaks.
I give you headbats. Come to me. Come to me,
This
Phasmid.
is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
The corpse will be marked by the stars. The miracle way out in the west.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the Phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows.
The one, like, electrochemistry check we do take.
A sort of happiness. Hissing and clicking.
Is it laughing at
extends
us?
its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water. The insect stops
Amazing.
its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence. No, stop. Be afraid. The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you, moving in tandem on either side of the insect's small head.
Tim, take a picture.
There is no change in the insect's motion.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The Phasmid freezes in its bright light.
Hell yeah.
Turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
I got it.
Majestic.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing.
No.
It's about to move. You can sense it. A sudden shiver passes the limb. Looks like the creature is awakening. Wave by wave from its stupor, some sort of countdown process is happening. That's all you have time to think. Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. As you back off, the Phasmid also takes a step back into the reeds. Something tells you the next time you engage and disengage, it will probably flee. The arthropod follows you with its antennae. As you back up,
Amazing. Love it.
What is it? What do you want from me?
something is very wrong with him now.
It's right there. Can you see it?
Nothing is what he tried to say.
Okay, so maybe I need to get the Phasmid to leave, and then...
Hissing and clicking, no reply. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouthparts of the creature. The faintest smell, like you've never felt before.
Damn, it's foaming.
It may be poison.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the
Okay.
insect moves its mouthparts, masticating. The little letting out that same smell, like summer burning.
Spoke to the hanged man. Did not give up on the Phasmid. Know of parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis. +1, nothing. Wait, parthenogenesis. That word sounds familiar. Parthenogenesis. Ah.
I exist.
It speaks to us.
Tell
I
me
exist
what it's
too.
like for you. What
I
is
am
your
ill.
illness? For
It
me,
is sadness.
It is not like that. I have states, not the emotions. For example, I experience excitement and unexpected sugar rewards. But that is not important.
I too like unexpected sugar rewards.
Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist.
Intruded upon by
Shapes of
what?
Plants and animals, and internal sensations, a swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul. will never ache. Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you, with all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be
Wow, I
like
guess,
the heights of hell's, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass. Eternal damnation.
Okay, the VA for this, I did not expect. But holy shit, that's such a cool effect that they modulated their voice with.
Sleeping, and when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror.
I changed my mind, I want to be you.
Mute empathy for you. That must be incredibly hard. The arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we're watching. When you're tired, when the vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on.
Being rooted on by insects. No, Harry, go!
We will come to raise you up. Bud from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. But not me, because I'm just a leaf eater. No,
Okay.
there is one more. Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. Do it for the working class.
Communist Phasmid!
She was
Yes.
middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
As you're turning away, the Phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping underwater. The
Kind of
long
undercuts the
limbs
seriousness
carrying
of the
its
end,
featherweight
but,
without
you know,
breaking its surface.
we still found the Phasmid, so I'll take that W. And then it skitters away.
And just like and something under it, in the place it's
gone.
It can walk on water.
Yes. Looks like
Is that
a
in the
nest of
reeds?
some sort.
What now?
in some kind of strange.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need.
What are these items? The helmet! Visage's passport.
Yes.
This passport,
Classia's hidden documents.
it's Clausia, which
Maybe our man, Mr. Dross, took it from Classia's, or whatever her name was. Hiding place, or...
Perhaps there's some
Perhaps,
blackmailing
but
plan.
that still doesn't explain how it got into... Like a magpie? I can see how the helmet could wash up on the... She said it would be for Anouk Meyer-Smith. Anouk Meyer-Smith.
Catalina Alazia was supposed to be her real name, where Clausia comes from. Remember?
Yes, somehow she managed to lie to us. One more time. In a way, she's still lying to us.
That's kind of funny. Alright, back to getting to the end of this.
What is it? What do
How did you not see the Phasmid?
Mr. Dross?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap, the plastic cape, feels coarse. A light shiver passes the man.
Oh,
Other than that,
I think he's gone.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Dross?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
He stares into the reeds.
I lost.
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie. This site is a T9, Mr. Dross.
Silence. You've gotten all you will out of this poor. The plastic the blacks of his eyes are receding.
Old age and shock. The appearance of the Phasmid in conjunction with just we should think about getting back to the mainland.
Okay, go back to the mainland, finish this. The air smells sweet and scary. The smell of fear. We can go up here, loop around, back down.
The skiff is sweat.
Let's
Turn to the mainland. We are donezo, that's for
The
sure.
skiff rocks, but for the sound of conversation on the, you reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Where do we need to go now?
Tide brought him.
Oh, hey, it's
What
this
is
guy.
that? Phone AC? What's with all the performance gear? Are you back in high school?
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where
Wait, you're the man with
That's right.
sunglasses.
And you're bleeding.
No one else seems to be bothered by fallen
Bottle
gear.
bite. Harry, you're a goddamn cop. They're afraid of you.
Yeah, I'm a
Actually,
goddamn
are
cop.
you? Are you still a cop? There's so much disco going on, it's hard to tell.
Vic, calm down.
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Kemar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heidelstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, Precinct 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
the scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later, but this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
It's good
Thank
to
you,
meet
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall him.
Ari, we want to
Okay,
help
what's
you.
going on?
Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in...
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What?
What an interesting Monica.
So Trent Hiddleston turns out.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Trent Heilerstein. I never said I would.
What's up with that kid then?
Mikhail is my son.
His son? What a joke. Everyone is lying to you.
Oh yeah? The fuck is your son now?
Send him home. Mikhail is with his mother. We share custody.
I told you. He's one drink away from killing someone.
I wouldn't quite say that, but yes, he is displaying aggression not atypical of late. What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
You mentioned a
Yeah,
task force?
Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory. Who else is
Refresh
in
your
this?
memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Trent fucking Heidelstown, and Guillaume Baby.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Okay, but who's Guillaume
Oh,
Baby?
That's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Because I'm forcing him.
Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses.
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G-Bevy. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
Spinning around the drain as the sanity goes. Drip, drip,
He
drip
sincerely thought
through the
it was going to be
plumbing.
amusing for both of you.
Okay, so what does the unit do?
It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
The 41st isn't.
Where have you been all this time?
We've been fucking off as far as I remember. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die.
Why would you leave a literal police god?
Sure. You're not a superstar law official. Talk on the town is your Guillaume Le Million reincarnate. I know this shit. Nothing has changed.
None of this is ringing any bells.
Because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, e-solar, pound, and so on.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Okay.
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and...
Wait, socionomically? You think I'm so poor I lost my memory?
Like that. But I don't think critical theory... I know everyone thinks this is far-fetched pink academia, but still, I don't think it should be off the table here.
What? He lost his memory because of capitalism?
No, not like that. I'm not talking for Hedefort's cool here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
Drank so much I lost my memory.
He's getting better. And I can confirm that he drank a lot of alcohol prior to it happening.
I believe he drank. People do that, especially this one. What they don't do is forget their whole life because of drinking.
Breakthrough imminent. Hey, we'll almost know when we're born.
Detective Vigman, he has blanked out before. Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case. The other when we looked into that mural.
The two cases in your ledger. The unsolvable case and the next world mural. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get...
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a deep... Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40. Hardwired to the free market. He just need it for its end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in a major crimes unit? Is he a crétin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Fuck all of you. I don't want to be in your unit.
Now,
What now?
Nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. No.
Really?
Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Hold on. In the ocean? Drove it in the ocean when I was drunk. Tequila sunset!
Ho ho ho. Tequila sunset. Not sunrise because you're almost dead. So funny, Harry. Thank you for fucking me. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of my payslip. You know that, right? You're gonna get fired, and I'm gonna pay till I die.
Wait, why is it coming out of his payslip?
Doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Whoa.
Not today, badge.
Behold my badge!
And your gun?
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements.
I upgraded my gun to a rifle!
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
I quit drinking. Forever.
I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then, huh?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
Hey, is it because of the pharaoh?
Please, don't start talking about your pheromone again. This is serious. If you don't,
Then you'll be fired. This is a hearing. Toughen up.
What you've discovered? You let the suspect escape, a certain Glacier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
we've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuragis. We know.
She gave us the clue that led us to the island.
If she was nice, I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby something, or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote compared to the 7 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with blood.
Wait,
Harry.
7?
It was fucking mass murder.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Firefight's a trivial matter compared to the greatest discovery of the century! Alright, I'm not gonna go that far, but...
Detective, it's better if I do that.
It's so much better if he does this.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation. You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the superstar Don. He likes to, from time to time,
I-
allude
what?
to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure.
What? But
He
I'm an
says
art cop,
this
not a
about
superstar
20
cop.
times a day. It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a Mazovian socio-economist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which, again, for a police officer, is a little odd.
You should yell something.
Rhetoric, not now. Not a good idea.
Let's let the big boys talk.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, I have to disagree with you, Mr. Vicmar, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Okay, he did something.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now. awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian Phasmid.
He takes out the photo and shows it to the officers across the yard. Rain comes down. He covers the glossy photo.
No, don't take the photo out in the rain. It'll get ruined.
Beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
An absolutely giant communist.
Fucking hell. Is this somehow connected to the case?
The killer did not seem to be aware of the Phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
Boom, boom, boom.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes. It really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
There's also a dead man on the boardwalk. A missing person I found.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk.
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral
yeah, that makes
arrangements
sense.
and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
Who's Kuno?
You don't want to know.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I mean, at this point, anything is but the drink.
Oh, come on. Isn't there... I didn't take any of the fucking drugs. Fuck you.
I don't know what a Doom commercial area is. Yeah, honestly, it doesn't sound too important, since it's not connected to the case.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym. The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
Okay.
This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me,
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
Jealousy. I thought this Lilianovich was an old man, to have been hiding for 50 years.
Yeah,
A
well...
strange psychosexual fascination. The result of spending all this time in solitude on the islands of this bay. And trauma too. He
Lots of
himself
trauma.
gave a political reason. In his mind, he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head. And 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that.
They'll teach this in cop school.
Perfect folding mechanism. Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
I haven't had a drink, you piece of shit, Jean.
Doesn't it ever leave? It is there, like in your bones or something. It will pass in time.
Also, I started a nightclub in the church.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yeah, I did some kids a solid and turned their lives around.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so he put them in there. It's okay.
Female?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female.
Yeah, and the nesting behavior.
Too.
Incredible. Were there...
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything... Of course, as I said...
It could maybe roll it, like a dung beetle.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so? Then it would...
That makes sense.
Very interesting.
In his mind,
Fuck you.
Yes, but also red-colored, beige and brown, a little green.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the insolenti...
This would really help with some of the...
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This...
Without it, I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude.
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody.
the man looks jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Ped...
Fine. If we got...
She and her husband were conducting the... They should know as soon as possible. It would... Well... Detective. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be... No.
Damn it. Yes. That.
I'm ready. End.
Fuck it. Let's go. Trump.
The great district hums in the falling rain. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Grand Couronne, from Precinct 41 to Boogie Street, forking into the rain-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. Torsen? Yes. McLean?
Fuck off, Esprit de Corps.
Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear...
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
End. I can walk just fine. I don't need your help. All right. Disco Elysium.
Hello, this is Dreki of the post-production. Thank you for watching or listening to this series, whether it was background noise while you worked, experiencing a game vicariously, or you just like my thoughts and reactions. Feel free to leave a question, comment, or suggestion of a similar game if I haven't played it. I stream on Twitch as Dreki Ormer if you wish to see things live and unedited. Regardless, have a great rest of your time zone, and I appreciate the time we shared. Bye!